Shock your enemies from halfway across the room. Operate elevators at 3 times the speed. Float over hazardous pits. What is this marvel of modern technology? Find out tonight on the Commune Podcast. Hello and welcome. We are back for another Commune Podcast on Azure Striker Gunvolt. Before diving into the game, I would like to introduce the people we have with us today. Marcus, how have you been doing?
I've been pretty good, just focusing on more writing and stuff, keeping up with the game industry, just stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I see you've been busy on geekingout.com with 2 3s.
Yeah, lately I've been doing some reviews for them. My recent ones were Azure Striker Gunvolt, Velocity 2X, and I'm working on a couple of things for them right now as well.
Nice. Glad to hear.
Thank you.
Alavar, how have you been doing?
Been doing okay. A bit busy, actually, these past few days.
Yeah, fall's a busy time.
It certainly is, especially with school and stuff like that, but hey, there's still enough time to play, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's better than finals week.
Oh god, please.
Alright. Runner, how have you been doing?
I've been pretty good, thank you very much. I've been playing a lot of Gunvolt, as a lot of my friends can probably tell. I've been working on some of my musical projects and planning on working with my commentary group soon enough.
Nice. What kind of music projects do you work on? Is there like a program or?
I do some art on DeviantArt and I compose some music from time to time. But I'm also working on a novel that I've been working on for 9 years now.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Jeez.
That is dedication.
Still not done! Fuck you, writing ideas.
It's all good. It's all good.
Adrian, how have you been doing?
College.
That's more what have you been doing? Or is college an adverb now?
Well, if it involves college, it probably isn't a good thing.
Oh, take that, education.
Yeah, busy. That's how I've been doing.
Alright, well, yeah, keeping you off the streets at least. So,
Whatever works.
aside from Azure Striker Gunvolt, Alavar, what have you been playing lately?
Well, other than playing on mobile, online games, a very long list that probably would take the whole entire podcast if I had to name it all. So,
What's your favorite?
I play a lot. It's an online game called Elsword, but I'm not going to go into any detail about it.
I've heard about that. Is it any good? Do you recommend?
That's really hard to say. It's more like you have to try it yourself before you even make an opinion about it, unfortunately.
Is that to say, like,
Alright.
it's niche?
Excuse me?
Is it niche or, like, an acquired taste?
I would probably say so, but again, it's something that you have to try before, giving an opinion about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Runner, what have you been playing lately?
As of late, I've been playing a lot of Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma, which is a fighting game on the PS3. I'm playing it a lot with my friends. To the point that one of my friends, who's a Microsoft fanboy and hates PlayStation, just because he plays Blaze Blue, went ahead, bought a PlayStation 3, 2 controllers, and all of the Blaze Blue series.
Oh,
Wow.
that is a vote of confidence. So,
holy shit, I did not expect that, but yeah, I've been playing that game a lot, and I recently got Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton, and Case 2, and it's pretty good so far.
So far. Oh.
I love casting magic. That has to be my favorite objection theme.
I'm actually curious about Blaze Blue. I always have trouble following that game. Is the game you mentioned like an actual sequel, or is it one of those Ultra Turbo kind of games?
No. Blaze Blue has 3 main games. Calamity Trigger, Continuum Shift, and Chrono Phantasma. But Continuum Shift has like 3 or 4 versions of it.
What?
It has
fighting
some
games.
He has Continuum Shift 1, Continuum Shift 2, and Continuum Shift Extend.
Oh my god.
And I have all versions.
Oh my god.
Let me ask you a question though. Is there much of a difference between all three versions?
I would say there are a few extra modes in Extend, plus more characters and more story elements. Like, more characters means more story chapters. And this is a fighting game that has an actual like story, unlike Street Fighter, which is just arcade mode.
Would you compare it to, like, Mortal Kombat level story?
Even higher, I would say anime levels of storytelling.
Okay.
Animes, oh.
Only in a visual novel kind of style. So if you don't like reading or visual novels, then maybe this game isn't for you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Alright. Adrian, what have you been playing?
I was playing Kirby Mass Attack, Metroid Fusion, and I answered this question just earlier today, and I already forgot what I said.
So let me ask you, do you have a favorite boss in Metroid Fusion?
I think the BOX is so far my favorite.
That's the giant spider security bot.
Yeah, that one.
He's definitely one of the more memorable ones.
The SAX infusion still scares the shit out of me.
When it turns to the camera and there are no pupils in its eyes.
Also the fact that when I first met it, like when I was actually playing in one of the following sequences, I didn't expect it to be there. So I start shooting, la 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 la. All of a sudden, crazy, insane music. Wait, what's that? Oh shit! Here it comes! My anus is gonna start bleeding soon. Run away!
Oh man, is this a bad time to mention? I've never played Metroid Fusion.
It's always a bad
You're
time.
out of your family. Kidding.
That was definitely ones I missed.
Well, Marcus, I know you have a Wii U because you're such a huge Nintendo fan, so you can download Metroid Fusion.
I don't have a Wii U yet. Not yet.
I do.
Alright, so it is on the Wii U. I plan on hopefully maybe getting one in December, so...
For Smash?
Oh, just for a lot of things. Smash, Mario Kart 8, Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Seems like you would dig Hyrule Warriors.
I have to play it to find out, because a lot of those, like, you know, Dynasty Warrior-esque games, they're a hit or miss for me. Like, I like Gundam, but I won't like Dynasty Warriors itself. So maybe I might like Hyrule Warriors, I may not. I'll have to see.
Alright.
I've never played an Dynasty Warriors game before, so I just pre-ordered it because of the soundtrack.
Oh, so then you should like it.
Yep.
So Marcus, while we're on you, what have you been playing lately?
A lot. I just beat Fire Emblem Awakening.
Wait, bad ending or good ending?
In Fire Emblem Awakening, the good ending. I let Robin do the final hit.
Okay. Who did you marry?
Dick Grayson?
No, not that Robin, no.
Hey.
As for who I married, Robin or Chrome?
So you were playing a female Robin?
No, I was asking, you wanted me to tell.
Oh, no. I meant Robin, like your character.
It was Olivia.
Olivia? Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, I've been playing, I finished that game, Velocity 2X. Been replaying the old Devil May Cry, the very first one.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's not that bad. It's still good.
I don't mean to disparage its quality, I just mean...
It has aged.
I've spent, like, maybe a decade playing that game now. And I'm 3/4 of the way through it. It is a hard game.
You haven't beaten it yet?
No.
Oh. 'Cause I mean, I've beaten it plenty of times, but alright. I just want to replay it and stuff like that. So I mean, other than Devil May Cry, Velocity 2X, I'm probably gonna butcher this name because it's weird. Theorhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Fall.
I don't think there is a right way to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was gonna butcher Theorhythm. I just think that's how I should say it. Yeah, I've been playing that. I like it. It's really fun. It makes me want to now play all the Final Fantasy games since it has.
Final Fantasy games.
I'm not even kidding. All, like, even, like, Final Fantasy Chronicles, maybe.
What about 13?
That, I might just push through that one. Maybe.
Really?
Because, I mean, it's cheap now, so, I mean, if I buy it, whatever. But the game is very, like, it's pretty much I think all of the music from every Final Fantasy game. Because it's, like, 1 through 10. Then it has 10-2. Then it has Type 0. It even has Mystic Quest, which I haven't
Whoa!
heard anybody talk about since.
Everybody loves the music from Mystic Quest.
I've never heard of Mystic Quest.
I think it's the American Final Fantasy, because that's how it's labeled.
It came out in, what was its Japanese name? Let's hit Wikipedia.
I think Japanese name was Mystic, or Final Fantasy America or something.
Welcome to Azure Striker, where we're talking about Final Fantasy and Blaze Blue.
Released as Mystic Quest Legend in PAL regions and as Final Fantasy USA in Japan.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's what I've been playing, pretty much. Just a lot of different stuff.
Alright. In Azure Striker Gunvolt, the flash field has all kinds of effects. If you tag something with your gun, you can shock it with the flash field. If you're jumping, you can float using the flash field. And you can block certain attacks with the flash field too. This time, we're going to cover the diversity of uses for the flash field. For this time on Azure Striker Gunvolt, I wanted to focus on the flash field. It's sort of a generic make interesting things happen switch. It affects a lot of different stuff in the gameplay, so I think it would be good to get a good overview of how it affects the entire game. So, just to start, Runner, has the flash field helped you with platforming?
I haven't really used it so much for platforming, except for like a few specific sections. Like, I know there's this one jump in the level where you're following Jewel after she gets kidnapped. Spoiler, she gets kidnapped! When she gets kidnapped, I remember there was this one jump that kept fucking me over like 5 times, and I realized, wait, the flash field makes me slower, so how about I use it? So I try not to use it except for when I'm trying to get the good ending, or when I'm doing specific jumps to try and be faster with my times for S ranks.
Okay.
So you'll like skip segments of the level with it?
On occasion, yeah.
Alright. There's actually one, the zip lines you trigger in the Zonda level. I like to skip over those parts with the dash, jump, and then float.
Yeah,
ones.
I did the same thing.
Nice.
I never thought about that.
So have I. Darn. Show offs.
So, Adrian, has the flash field helped you with platforming at all?
Well, it's not really that much platforming in Gunvolt to begin with. But even in the levels with more open gaps, like Zonda's level, where you have those up and down platforms, kind of like in Storm Eagle's stage in Mega Man X, I didn't really need the flash field, however. And the only time I've really used the flash field for platforming is really when it's more actually required, like the gap that Runner just mentioned, because you can't even actually see it. So you have to sort of make a leap of faith and then hover onto the platform, and then make another and get across safely.
Okay. Have you ever noticed its impact on combat, like the way it slows your jump?
Yeah, because take the fight with Elise, for example, where you can use it to sort of hover right between them both when they're switching poles, and that's much easier than trying to straight jump right between them.
Oh. I did straight jump between them, though.
Yeah.
I just hover to the side that they're leaving so that I can stay safely there. I never thought about jumping in between.
I jumped in between them.
Oh, chicka bow wow.
Man, I never even... Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I never even thought of just hovering over one that's about to leave. That's a lot simpler than what I was doing. I was doing what Adrian described.
Alright, I didn't even think about that. I will have to write that down.
So Marcus...
I thought you learned a lot from this.
Marcus,
has the flash shield helped you with platforming at all?
Every once in a while, yeah, I would use it for those jumps where you can't tell where the platform is coming, especially in Zonda, where it's like upside down. I would always get confused, and I remember one time I tried to jump thinking, I'm gonna be on top of it, and I was actually under it. I was like, alright, so let me try this again. So I would use the flash field mostly for that part. Other than that, I just kind of went back to my Mega Man Zero days where I would do like that dash jump and just kind of like leap over things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. So I would use the left bumper because I know it was trying to say you could use like the D-pad, and I didn't like how you dash with the D-pad. It felt too small and it was just hard. So with the L bumper, you can just keep tapping that as much as you want, and you can just run through things. So I would just, do like an infinite dash and then like jump over things. But yeah, nothing for platforming really. I use the flash field more for combat than anything else.
It is notable that you can, in Zonda's level, I played the same way by slowing my descent when everything was upside down, because funny as it is, just flipping the screen upside down makes the action a lot harder to follow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
There was this one platform I remember where I was trying to jump on it, Mega Man Zero style, like dash jumping, and I would always either overshoot it or be too short of the jump, simply because I was expecting my arc to go in a specific way, but instead I kept flying up into the air and dying in space.
Yeah. So that's when the flash field came in handy for me a lot.
Okay. Alavar, did the flash field help you in platforming?
Yes and no. Yes, and it's just only one specific reason, and everyone has mentioned it. It was that one jump, when you go and save, Joel. That's just it. That was the only time I used a flash field. No, because every time, when I'm trying to rush a level or something, and I actually have to use it, and it descends my jump, and it's just, it's so slow. I could have dropped down faster, but no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably the only downside of the flash field.
Yeah, it's an interesting balance. You have to keep in mind what you want your velocity to be and how much attack you want to do.
Yeah. It
can make it harder to weave between boss attack patterns when you're trying to hurt the boss, but also you're really slow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Runner, a lot of devices in the game are operated with it, like light switches and elevators, stuff like that. What was one particular device that you enjoyed with the flash field?
I would have to say that Elise's lights were probably a very interesting concept for me. Because, for example, the way that you have to find the jewel is by using a specific combination of lights. But then also you need to use the specific lights to go through specific doors, so you need to be careful about that. And I find that kind of mentality interesting. And then towards the end, where you start mixing colors together, I found that to be very creative. And I'm trying to do right now like the secret special 4 stages. And they seem to be bringing that even more into this one. Like you need to combine red with green, but not with blue, but blue with green, and you need to be careful about that. And I find that like really effing cool.
Very nice.
It is neat that whenever you tag something, you flash field it no matter where you are. So that makes that light switch action very meticulous. You need to be, or I guess I should say precise.
Well, not necessarily, because actually, I noticed that there's a certain distance that you can take the tagged item out of the screen before it cancels the tag.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you can't have that thing tagged for a meter. You need to have it. You can only have it tagged for like the edge of the screen, and then it gets untagged.
Yeah.
But it's also if you accidentally tag something, then you have to find some way to shake that tag.
Also true.
All right, Adrian, what was one device that you enjoyed?
The anti-gravity in Carrera's level.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was effing awesome.
And particularly once they started throwing bottomless pits where you need to anti-gravity across, and then they start throwing enemies in the mix. So having to weave up and down to shoot to tag the enemy, and then electrify while continuing your merry way across the gap was pretty cool.
That's pretty fun.
It's having to balance those two things requires concentration, and then on top of that, you also have to make sure your EP meter does not run out.
Yeah, that's a big problem when you're in special stage 2, because that part is kind of long and kind of precise, so you're gonna end up running out of EP and having to run back before you fall on the spikes.
Ugh.
Mm.
That sounds daunting.
Hey.
I didn't beat any of the special stages. They are kind of hard.
So far, I've only beaten special stage 1, and I almost beat special stage 2, and I ran out of battery.
Oh, dang.
I was like, there it is, the goal, fuck!
That hurts my own soul.
Well, Marcus, what is a device that you enjoyed?
What's the fire guy's name?
That's Viper.
Viper.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, they don't in the Japanese version.
Oh, okay. It may sound silly, but the boxes were actually kind of interesting to use because I know one of the jewels you had to get was actually under a box, and if you kind of shot the box, if you shot like the first box and did like a chain reaction, you would miss the jewel. So I had to restart it a couple of times and kind of figure out which box to shoot first in order to get under to the jewel. Eventually I figured it out.
Question, did you do the glitch method or did you do the actual puzzle?
I actually did the actual puzzle. 'Cause I saw the glitch method. I tried to do it. I kept messing up, so I said, forget it. I'm going to just do it the old way. So
I did it once. I only managed to do it once, and the other time my 3DS crashed.
Oh.
Okay.
I did it once, and I got the jewel, and then I was showing the game to my friend, and she was like, how the fuck do I do this? And I go, okay, here's a glitch for you to do it. You shoot here, and then crash. And she says, maybe this is a sign that you should stop playing this game.
I was going to say, it looks like you have bad luck with your 3DS just turning off on you.
No, it's usually nice. It's just that sometimes he likes to make my heart cry.
It found out you were trying to cheat. It was like, how dare you?
Indie Creates does not approve of your skills.
So what is this mythical glitch method?
Okay, it's kind of hard to explain. Marcus, do you want to explain it or should I?
Alright, there's a specific location you have to stand under like a box. So you have to like kind of destroy other boxes to get to this one spot. Once you get there, you have to like destroy the box on top of you, and then another box would fall on top of Gunvolt, and somehow it would like push him towards the jewel, which was like across like the room or like across the area. But it never worked for me.
So pretty much what you have to do is that you need to destroy the first 2 boxes, and you'll get on top of a explosion box, which has a blue box on top of it. You need to destroy that blue box on top of you while wall jumping, and after you destroy it, immediately jump on top of the explosion box. The indestructible crate will push you down, which will make you slide down 2 boxes, and then slide to the right 3 boxes, and you get to the jewel.
How'd you memorize that?
Because I had to practice it 30 effing tries.
This doesn't sound like a glitch. This sounds like a skill that you need.
Actually getting a jewel. Level 99.
I didn't even try that. I just, after 5 tries, I stopped and just got the regular gun that you get, the default gun.
I think.
And I just took my time shooting each box slowly but surely and just looking at the screen and saying, okay, which one's next? And eventually I got it.
Hooray!
I know, I was happy. I was not happy with the bad ending, so I made sure to find those.
We'll get to the bad ending soon enough. We'll get to the ending soon enough.
It is neat that box puzzle is very slow. You need to be very precise with your use of the flash field, kind of like the light switch puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Alavar, what is a device that you enjoyed using?
Before I actually get to that device, I just want to mention about the things that the others have mentioned. I'm sorry, but the light thing at was it Elise? At Lisa's
Yeah,
stage?
Elise.
Yes.
That was really ridiculous. And there was this one part where you had to figure out which light you had to turn off or turn on, and immediately my mind went, Professor Layton, where are you? Because this is a puzzle that needs to be solved.
Only a gentleman of such skill can treat this puzzle.
What if you put a top hat on Gunvolt?
Yeah, that'd be cute. I'd like a top hat.
DLC!
Top hat on Gunvolt.
That'd be cool.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to draw that. Thank you for the idea.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. The floating thing. Oh, that was really irritating. I think there was one part where, if you float a bit too high, you get hit by spikes or something. I can't remember. But I remember doing that and I got really mad. And then the boxes thing. Oh my gosh. I just using the flash field, I just tried and run through. I thought, oh, this is gonna take forever. But, probably the one in particular that I enjoyed, and I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but in the first I don't know how to pronounce the name, Sumeragi or something?
Sumeragi.
Sumeragi, thank you. But when you tag the elevator, when they tell you tag the button on the elevator and you can go, I don't know if no one noticed this, but after you tag it and you're free to move around, you can actually use your flash field and go even faster.
Yeah,
I thought, oh my god.
That was like the
required
first
to
thing
get
I
the
did.
It's actually required to do the S rank plus. You need to tag it 3 times and then max at full speed. Yeah, because you need to tag it. You need to take it to level 3 because it shoots even more electricity at it, so you can shoot up even faster.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that just for the S+, and I got so angry because I got an A, and I'm like, that deserves an S! Are you kidding me?
So far I got an S, and what I did was pretty much kill everything and go as fast as I could without skipping anything, without getting hit, and without using the special skills. I only got an S, not an S+, you fucking assholes. I was 2 points away! 2 points away!
Seriously? It's like, not good enough.
I will not give you a top hat, you prick.
He needs a top hat, though.
I just get B's.
You got this, though. You can get an A or higher. You can do this.
So, Adrian, did you ever have trouble balancing your charge and making sure you didn't run out?
I didn't really have a problem running out of charge from the flash field. If anything, it was sometimes more of an issue just seeing, because the edges of the flash field, especially with the lightning shocks, can sometimes make it hard to see things.
Yeah, there's that and the combo counter. It is not very well. It was not until my second playthrough that I could see what was going on the screen.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys on that. I actually thought that the layout was pretty good, and the hectic nature of it, I think, just helps build up the intensity of it visually.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying that you couldn't always see them. Like, the flash field itself can obstruct the enemy sprites.
I didn't find that much of a problem personally, but again, that could be just me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brand of intensity that some people will go for, some people won't. I find myself in the latter camp. Marcus, did you ever have trouble balancing your EP meter?
No, I didn't. Mostly because I used the recharge method a lot.
So I guess what I should say then is, did you have trouble finding the proper gaps to recharge?
Nah, I kind of did the first person shooter thing where as soon as I finished killing an enemy, I just recharged just to make sure. And then, if I needed, if I had to navigate using the flash field, especially, when you fall down, you have the flash field around the spikes, I would then, once I touch down, recharge and then move on. Because I like to use the prevasion.
Yeah.
That method where, if you have enough EP, you can get hit without taking damage. I like to use that as well, so I always made sure I had enough EP to enable that I had that.
It's interesting you brought up the comparison to first-person shooters where, you make sure you reload as soon as you're done killing someone, because the prevasion itself made me think of cover shooters and how if you take hits in just the right way, you can reach safety and then wait out your EP meter refilling.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's like a mobile cover system.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it definitely came in handy, especially for the bosses, because, as long as you had enough EP and wasn't wasting it and just doing it haphazardly, you could take hits and just not take any damage, and then you could just keep on the assault. So I made sure to keep that EP gauge always at least... If I started getting around 50 to 40%, I would make sure to find time to actually, recharge it.
All right. Alavar, did you have any trouble keeping your EP meter charged?
No, actually. But there was this piece of equipment that I stupidly thought, oh hey, this has some pretty good a pretty good benefit, but something about the flash field not being used up even faster? Sure, why don't we try it? Oh, and 2 seconds into the game, oh my god, what was I thinking? So yeah.
Do you know what that item does? I've never seen that.
I think it doubles the damage from the flash field, but it
It is throw away like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Just throw away all your ambitions. Those horrible. Yeah, but it was horrible, and I thought, I'm never going to use this ever again. Despite the fact that you hit harder with your flash field, but no.
That seems like it might be kind of cool, actually.
Well, I did attempt to use it for Sumeragi, just for the hell of it, but never again. I'd probably use it in another place, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Runner, did you ever have trouble balancing your EP meter?
I had no problems until I got to the final bosses. Not counting the true ending final boss, Nova made me overheat more times than I can count. Especially his last form, because that I thought, okay, maybe I can still do damage if I just shoot the wind gun. So I just kept holding the R button as I was trying to avoid the wind. But no, apparently that only thing that it does is it wastes your EP and it kinda refills your skill meter, but that's about it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with, I don't remember who said it, if it's Adrian or Marcus, that having the privation thing is pretty useful when you're just dashing forward. I did that for the Nova level. I just had 100% and I just dashed across all the ninjas because those are my least favorite enemy.
Yeah.
And then I learned about the true ending.
And then you learned.
I learned that I had to use that necklace that doesn't allow privation.
Yeah.
Dang.
Still.
In general, I think this game does a good job with accessibility and getting you into the gameplay, and privation is a big part of that. It's like training wheels.
Yeah, and then you can either take it off if you want another quote-unquote better item, or if you just want to get a true ending, or hard mode if you use the broken necklace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to give that a shot then.
A tag, if you will.
Oh!
Clever, clever.
Thank you. He'll be here all night. Thanks a million.
Up next, let's discuss the world of Gunvolt. Who are its characters and how do they fill out the plot?
So up next we got story and characters.
Oh, good.
My favorite segment.
Marcus, what was your favorite character design?
I did like Asimov with his when he got angry, as I put it, and he kind of looked like he turned into like a Super Saiyan in a way, and he had all the lightning around him. I did like that too. You know, he gave me quite a hard time. So yeah, all of the character models I liked, even the enemies, everything just looked good about this game.
All right. Alavar, what character design was your favorite?
It's really difficult to choose, but sorry, I'll just say this in advance. I'm the most mature little girl you'll find, but I think the most amusing one, I'm sorry, it's probably my favorite, and most amusing is Zonda's.
And his giant ass dick.
It's funny too, but I was so disappointed because, spoiler alert, you don't even fight him, and I was so angry because I thought, oh my gosh, as soon as we meet up with him in Sinner's Row, I thought, I am going to fight this guy. I wonder how he's gonna fight. And there's like some concept art of him like thrusting forward, and I thought, oh my
you
god,
to attack you.
Yeah, but not only that, but he has like a female version. I'm like, that would be so awesome. She looks so awesome too, and I thought, man, this is gonna be the best boss ever, and I just got so sad. But yeah, it has to be Zonda, but...
Well, apparently Zonda is actually fightable in Mighty Gunvolt. Don't quote me on it. I haven't even beaten Viper in that game. But apparently you can fight Zonda in both his giant ass dick form and his female form.
Oh my gosh,
I'm sorry, but that dick is just way too distracting. I'm sorry. When I think Zonda, I think giant dick.
He's an adept.
He doesn't.
He's added at bed.
No, but oh my gosh, I'll have to see that. I'll have to see that though.
All right. So, Runner, which character design was your favorite?
Okay, obviously I love Gunvolt's design. I personally enjoy him without I prefer him in this American design where his belly is covered personally, that's just me. But from the boss standpoint, I would have to say that I love Elise's design. Her design, I think, is pretty effing awesome, but in general, all designs are pretty good. There's not one design that I dislike. Like, all designs are pretty good, and again, it is the same artist that did this art for Mega Man Zero, and it's Yoshitaka Hatekayama, I missed his name. And I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, but his artwork, when it comes to mechanical things, is usually pretty amazing. And even his human designs, like, I would have to say that human design-wise, I think Viper's probably the coolest one.
Oh.
I can get down with that.
Adrian, what is your favorite character design?
Well, you got me there because I'm finding pretty hard to really pick one. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe come back to me on that once everyone else goes.
I hate to tell you.
We all went!
Oh shit, did you really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
I guess I'm probably the only one that isn't a huge fan of Gunvolt's design himself.
Blasphemy.
I think the only thing I don't like is that he's 14. It's like...
what, really?
Yeah, he's 14.
I think so.
Yeah, he's 14 and Joel is 13. Which makes the fact that Lumen always tries to get Gunvolt to take off his shirt rather creepy.
Yeah, but anyways, I think, I don't know even where I wanted to go with that. That Gunvolt looks way too young for being 14, but...
way too old?
Way too young.
Yeah. He looks like he's... What age would you say he looks like?
I would say 17.
That looks 17 to you? He's so
From
short.
my perspective, at least, like, he doesn't look like the most manly of 17-year-olds, but for the usual artwork that Yoshitaka usually does, I would say 17.
I mean, I thought at least 16, 15.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't mind it. I mean, most video games surprisingly have under 18 heroes, or at least, yeah a lot of them do.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm kind of going... It sounded like I was kind of going irrelevant, but the reason why I brought that up was I can't really say anything about their visual designs. They all look great to me. I was just saying in terms of, like, character design, like, you know, their backgrounds and all that. The fact that he's a 14-year-old mercenary, it's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
14-year-old's already on his own, not even going to school. I thought that was just a little, like, when I learned...
freelancer that kicks more ass than text.
Yeah, when I learned he was 14, it's like, okay, now you kind of pushed it there for me.
Well, did you also realize that Shinji in Evangelion is like, what, 14 as well?
Well, there's the problem. I've never seen Evangelion.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because Shinji was 14, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's 14 in the actual show, and I think they made him like 15 in the reboot movies, but don't quote me on that.
However, though, I will say with Shinji, it kind of makes sense. He's 14, and look at his character design, or like his character, like how he is. It would make a lot of sense. Yeah, like he's very like, I don't want to do this, and he's very like indecisive. I can understand 14. But
Gunvolt comes off as too mature as compared
with
to
Gunvolt,
Shinji.
not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, kind of look at where he came from. Asimov took him from Sumeragi and said, alright, I'm gonna raise you. I've seen similar with Metal Gear Solid with Raiden or Jack. He was putting people down since he was like 5 probably.
Did no one else find it jarring the way Gunvolt looks, and then when you hear his actual voice?
Sounds old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
found that a bit... But actually, I just put that at the stereotype that, sorry to interrupt, but I just put that to the thing that anime protagonists must have manly, heroic voice. So I just thought, whatever.
Yeah, it went under the bridge for me. Like, I didn't really, I mean, I noticed it, but I was like, I watched enough anime to know.
Like, it's not that big a deal.
What do you guys think of Lumen's design?
Who?
What?
Lumen?
What do you guys think of Lumen?
Lumen.
She was just very like, I'll take care of your stuff, Gunvolt. She was very sweet. So I was just like, I like her.
I like both Lumen and Joel, but I think I would have liked to have a bit more interactions with them. Like, I think, this might go into what we're gonna talk next, but, I wish that we could have known more about them than just a few talk-to-Jewel interactions that we get.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You know who I really wish we got more about? And I'm probably forgetting his name, and it's Zeno? Well, is it Zeno? Or
Zeno.
Zeno, yeah, his partner. I kind of liked him because he was just like, hey, he's always messing around and you really don't hear from him ever again.
Oh, yeah.
Except for like during like those little moments in between the story, and that was it.
Yeah, the Quill group was really underdeveloped, but I can put that to the fact that a lot of story content was removed in the English version.
It was, yeah.
It was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you look at screenshots and let's plays of the Japanese version, you'll see like certain moments while you're playing, like either a boss character or Zeno or Monica will just while you're fighting, you'll keep on fighting and they'll go, Gunvolt, something, 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 and Gunvolt will reply. But in the English version, the only time that you talk to them, what?
This would interrupt boss fights?
No, it wouldn't. You would keep playing without getting interrupted. They would just talk while you're fighting.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people were upset about that because cause I followed them on Twitter, the actual Gunvolt account, and when they brought that up, I remember a lot of people were upset. And it makes sense because you are missing out probably on maybe some crucial story elements, or maybe not even. But to me,
character development.
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's like a double-edged sword because I mean, the dialogue pops up. Is it gonna get in my way of actually fighting? I don't want the dialogue to pop up and I don't see where the person's coming from or whatever, or it distracts me from.
Well, I played Kid Icarus Uprising.
Oh yeah, Kid Icarus was good about it.
Yeah. It had, you could either have it at the top or at the bottom, and from what I've seen in screenshots, it doesn't seem like it gets in the way because it would have the character portrait at the floor and the text on the floor, so you would still be able to see what you're doing and what your enemy is doing. And also, if you wanted to pay attention to it, the portrait of Monica biting her pencil while talking is at the bottom.
Okay, because I forgot what their not excuse, I mean, I know they said something about, like, you know, some people wouldn't like it, so they took out story elements. And I mean, again, like I said,
People wouldn't like it.
yeah, something like that. I remember, like, they said, you know, people, or it wouldn't fit right, so we took it out, and because it was such a rush thing, you couldn't put it back. Because I remember a lot of people were upset about it, so I was like...
Yeah, they also canceled this project that apparently they had to do an English dub.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That is disappointing. I'm sorry, but I'm not some people, okay?
It would bug me if they had those story elements in, except that they were really smart and let you skip everything by pressing start.
I think that was I would assume that was in the normal version too.
Yeah, here's actually a screenshot of how it would have looked if we had it. It's just a screenshot of the Japanese version and how the text would have been in gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't think it would have... The only time I could see something like that bothering me is if I'm in the middle of a boss fight and you need to actually pay attention to the patterns of the boss fight and they pop up and say, hey, Gunvolt, and I look down and I got hit. But then again, when you have like pervasion and stuff like that where it doesn't really bother you, you know, I would have preferred them to keep the dialogue in, but again, I'm not as offended as most who didn't, or who were offended by it.
Well, even then, if you wanted, you could just turn it off. Like, they could have added a mode that said, okay, you don't want to have Monica or the boss talking to you in the boss fight, you can turn it off. They should have had that option, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know why they didn't. I mean, maybe it was too rushed at the time. Even though, I mean, they had plenty of time to do this. I remember when they first announced Gunvolt, and I was like, wait, what's this? This looks like something like Mega Man-ish. And I found out it's Inti Creates, and I'm like, they're the ones who did Mega Man Zero.
Yeah, and Mega Man Zero is one of the most story-driven Mega Man games, not counting Legends.
Oh, Legends.
Except Zero, yeah, I guess the crucial thing they learned from Zero was to let you skip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Zero let you skip dialogue?
I think, yeah, it did.
It did?
Yeah, it did.
Oh. Did we want to discuss the art direction, or did that get covered by the character designs?
I'm gonna actually bring up that I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that, again, I might prefer Gunvolt's design in the US, but I still don't know how I feel about the fact that they were planning on censoring some of the designs. Like, apparently Gunvolt was not supposed to have his braid and was supposed to not have his belly covered. And also, apparently Zonda was not supposed to have his giant dick in the English version.
I mean, to me it goes either way. I liked the overall art style of everything. Everything looks fine. I mean, just because Gunvolt's belly is covered now, I'm okay with that. I mean, braids, that's cool too. I mean, it's good. The game itself is overall, everything is just good about it.
I will agree to that.
Personally, for me, as far as Gunvolt's design, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm used to the Mega Man Zero, where Zero's belly was obviously covered. But I don't know. I thought he probably looks better if his belly was covered. I've seen the Japanese version of Gunvolt, and I thought, yeah, he probably looks better with his belly covered. But that's just me.
I'm gonna agree with you, but I still find it weird that they thought about censoring that because apparently when they were doing the English testing, apparently a lot of players were complaining about how it was somehow distracting that Gunvolt's belly was showing.
It's hard to focus on the gameplay. I just keep looking at his midsection.
I mean, look at those abs. How can I not focus on that when I'm playing a game? He's 16 bits. How are you supposed to even look at his abs? We just see pink.
I don't even understand how that works, to be honest.
So, along those lines, Runner, how do you feel about the story content that was removed for international release?
As Adrian and Marcus mentioned, they probably don't care that much, but I was honestly kind of pissed about it. Again,
I didn't say I didn't care. I said I was completely unaware.
Oh, okay, sorry. My bad. But Mega Man Zero is my favorite Mega Man series. Like, I put it up there like with my favorite games of all time. And it was such a story-driven series that I thought, okay, it's Inti Creates. Story is gonna be a good focus on this. Plus gameplay, this is gonna be great. And then I felt like I was missing so much. Like, if we had more interactions, like, I know that there were more interactions with Asimov than the ones that we got. And that would have probably helped make the ending, spoiler alert, Asimov is evil, that make more sense, because when I was playing the game, I was just like, wait, why are you shooting me? What? Where did you come from? Since when do you have a voice? So, it honestly left me very underwhelmed, and left me thinking that, again, as I mentioned before, Monica, Seno, and even the boss fights were really underdeveloped. That's why I love Elise's stage. She's my favorite character and my favorite stage, if only because it's the most story-driven one.
Mm.
Yeah, because she's the only one that you actually get like an actual cutscene with her, and you gotta escort her around. Yeah, I would say so.
And that picture of her going insane Higurashi mode, that actually got me in the moment, like, I started breathing heavy because I was like, oh shit, something's gonna go down.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Add to the fact that 3 personalities.
Oh yeah. I'm very curious. Is there any information about the specific story content that was removed, or?
From all I've heard, it's only apparently it's like interactions with characters in the middle of stages, and some lines from bosses that went more into their characters. Like probably like during the boss, like Gunvolt would probably insult Viper, like, you're trying to fight for you, but then you're giving it to them, and he would probably retort with some reasoning for it.
Oh.
Actually, what do you guys think of the localization, like, what the gag, or horse jit, or...
It made me cringe a little.
I think we've all seen Battle.
I mean, somebody told me, and they said it was something where that's actually supposed to look like that, because I was looking, I'm like, what the gag? I'm like, is he supposed to be saying, like, what the heck, maybe? So what
the fuck? It's what the fuck.
Or something like that, but I think somebody told me it was supposed to be purpose, but I'm not sure. I mean, translation-wise, I mean, that's okay, cause...
I mean, that's just what, they do in science fiction. It's supposed to, like, take you into the universe and make you think that this is,
like, this is a word they use often.
Yes.
Often.
Yeah, because I was personally, when I first read horse jit and stuff like that, I was thinking, okay, so you're gonna censor horse shit and fuck, but you're not gonna censor And Zonda's talk about how he has a plug for every socket and a socket for every plug.
Wow.
How you're just a dangly piece of meat in front of him and he's a carnivore. No, sorry, Z is a carnivore.
Oh, man. Again, if it was translation, that's fine. I mean, I can think of one game where the translation was absolutely horrible, but I'm not going to go into that one right now. But, I just hope, Gak and Horseshit was just something that they tried, like Greg said, tried to pull you into the world of Gunvolt.
Alright. Yeah, Alavar, did you have any thoughts on the content that was removed from international release?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. Adrian, did you predict the bad ending with Asimov?
Yes, and I can't explain why.
Oh.
Oh, this is really interesting.
In Mega Man Zero 2, they did a very similar thing with the general, in that you had a commanding officer. But, one, they didn't look nice, and they would end up being the final boss in the game. Also, when you're on the elevator, they mentioned, hey, Asimov's going there, and he's going to catch up with you. And it's like, gee, the guy who is already, very suspicious of being a bad guy is coming over to the place where I'm supposed to doing a rescue mission instead of just leaving me out on letting him do it, him and Xeno. So I figure that, it's going to be a betrayal, just like in Mega Man Zero 2 where they did the same thing. So,
Yeah.
that's how I anticipated it.
Alright.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
Oh.
If I'm allowed.
I don't know if there's anything to disagree. It was just, but it's just the reasoning behind my guess.
No. I'm sorry. I probably used the wrong words there, but the counter logic that I have to that is that I personally was able to predict it simply because of the fact that your example was El Paiso in Mega Man Zero 2. With El Paiso, we got a lot of interactions. With Asimov, we didn't get, if any at all, just him being a dick in level 1.
Yep. What was he said? This isn't a democracy, and he's basically like, get out.
Yeah, but I don't think that was enough to say, hey, I am now the true evil man that shall kill you and your girlfriend.
I don't know. I think it was, at least for me, I can say it was a 50-50. I figured Gunvolt was gonna run into some problems, about to die, and Asimov was like, I'll help you, Gunvolt. Or that he was gonna come in and say, hey, you know what? Now that Sumeragi's out the way, I'm gonna take over. And sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah, apparently Nova was somewhat right.
So, Alavar, did you see the bad ending coming?
I'll just say this, especially with the limited amount of story we've been given throughout the whole entire game, no. And that's like the only reason why I'm going to say I did not see it. And it's kind of disappointing, not because I did not predict it at all, unlike everyone else, but it's just, I feel empty because it's like, I did not expect this, but at the same time it's like, there's no reason at all as to why this was going to happen. And yeah, Nova said, like, what have you done? This was going to be for, Olive thing to save or whatever, but it's like, I did not expect this at all. Why would he even do this in the first place? It's what ticks me off. It's like, man, there was not enough story, there was not enough information about this to either clue in on it or to make us players / readers or who are paying attention to the story to really, I don't know, actually tune in along with the main character to actually think otherwise, or maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I wasn't able to predict it.
It sounds like it was just kind of random, and the fact that you don't know Asimov that well,
yeah, pretty much,
means that when he betrays you, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's there as the as your your support, and he says that, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, do you have any reason? And even though that seems a bit of a downer, it does give the possibility of a sequel, if not another game, if there's enough support for that sequel, but you know.
Actually, what do you guys think of the actual ending? Like, after you beat Asimov and after you collect all the 7 jewels, all the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
I actually made a reference to that.
Dang.
I liked it because it kind of sets up for a sequel if possible, because now Gunvolt is going on his own.
He has Lumen with him.
Yeah, he does have her with him, and you also have Zeno and Monica that just don't know what's going on. So are they going to continue? Is Zeno going to come out as a villain perhaps and take over Asimov was because he doesn't know what's going on?
Or Monica's going to come for revenge in Asimov's name.
Something like that. Or just even, you know, like they build their own, like I said, they start from where they left off. And they go from there. I mean, there's plenty of potential for a sequel, and they wouldn't have said otherwise. Like, hey, we could make a sequel if enough people want it, if they didn't think that's the case. So story-wise, at the end, I really liked it. But you just gotta see what happens.
Yeah.
I really liked the ending, just to put in my 2 cents. I really liked it, and I really enjoyed the whole, Lumen is now within Gunvolt kind of thing. And that final line there, I'll always be a breath away. That was beautiful. The one thing I'm wondering is, if they make a sequel, what excuse are they gonna use for you not to be broken by using Anthem mode?
What'll probably happen is, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there, it'll probably be like, you know, you can use it once, and that's it. After you, like, if you die once, or like, you know, you lose all your HP, and you use it, eventually it goes away. Not like it stays with you for the entire level. Eventually it goes away after a minute or 2. Then you can't use it again. That's the only way, because if you could just keep using Anthem, that game would be easier than anything because you're practically invincible.
Yeah, which is why I'm thinking they'll either do that or come up with a plot excuse like Gunvolt is no longer compatible with Anthem or something like that.
You need to collect 50 rings and then jump.
So you need to have 100% EP and press the button 11 on your phone. There's no 11 button, you fucking bitch!
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Alavar, what did you think of the ending?
I'm still shaken by it. I'm like, I want that sequel so bad. But that's just me because, you know.
We must protest.
Yeah, but like, there's so many questions that probably everyone is asked. That's probably the number one thing in everyone's mind. As soon as they get that ending, it's like, are there going to be any more about this and stuff like that? Is there going to be a sequel? That's just it. That's just the only thing on my mind as far as like the ending comes. I'm sorry.
Adrian, did you have any thoughts?
Yeah. They made the ending very open because naturally you're going to be left with questions like, well, what is he going to do next? Especially since he has his current issue with Quill, where both Zeno and Monica basically just see him catch him red-handed killing Asimov. And, you know, the whole issue with Adepts, since after all, Sumeragi's whole purpose was to keep the Adepts under control even through really not good means. So naturally, you've already got your framework for a sequel there. So the story's open for a sequel. You have it's pretty much set. The specifics, though, those are left to be the writers of the game.
Okay.
Maybe it could be interesting if in the next game, if they make another game, Xeno would be the new Copen.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Copen's not actually dead. Or it was never said he was dead. Asimov just passed by him and took his gun.
He's just sleeping.
Oh. That's true,
And, of course,
Asimov just tranquilized him.
Copen's personality makes it so that, you know, he's not going to stop. And naturally, Gunvolt's head's going to be on the top of his hit list.
That's right, he's not dead. You know, there's a lot they can do.
All those other guys are dead, though, and I guess since this was the last question before we go on to closing, I'm going to say doesn't anyone else kind of find it bothersome that Gunvolt kills people?
Kills people?
No, he's only 14.
But I mean, like, killing people that aren't even like blatantly evil, like Elise. Like it even shows the backstory that she's pretty much at the mercy of Sumeragi against her will, and he kills her anyways. Like, what's up with that?
I can put that to the fact that he's seen some shit, so he is at that point where he doesn't care who's at fault as long as Sumeragi pays for it.
You know, I almost don't know about that, cause Lumen, she was under Sumeragi's influence. He didn't put a bullet in her head. He was like, you know what, actually, I'm gonna try to save her.
Yeah, what?
The difference there is that Elise posed a threat, while Lumen could pose a help.
I don't know why that would... because, Lumen gets kidnapped, and I don't remember the guy's name, the head of Sumeragi.
Nova?
Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name like that. He was just like, alright, so I'm just gonna use her against you. A bigger threat. Whereas, Elise, she couldn't help it because not only was she getting used, she didn't remember, she also had she also had two different personalities in her. One that was completely batshit crazy to begin with. So it was kind of like... So it was kind of, yeah, I agree with him. Like, he kills people, or he kills, like, the adepts, because either one, they're in his way, he needs to keep going, or two, I guess he didn't see a way for Elise to be saved, since she had two, personalities that just was not going to agree with him whatsoever. I don't even, because the same thing could be said about Mega Man and stuff like that, Zero. They killed other, Reploids and stuff, or Mavericks that were just doing what they believed was right. Zero killed, was it the General in Mega Man X4 or something? Did something.
He killed Coronel.
Yep, because he was trying to do something even though, what Coronel was trying to do was actually, in his own, point of view, a good thing.
The difference there is they posed that as more tragic. Like, there was always tension with them fighting against their own allies, especially Iris. But with Gunvolt, he has, like, no remorse. Like, it's not even a question in his head.
I definitely chalk that up.
X hates violence.
Yeah.
And they do that in every game, and the ending, like, will the fighting ever stop? Gunvolt's just a callous git.
I will chalk this up to... I will chalk this up to maybe story elements being taken out. Maybe he'll sit there and say, I can't, there's no other choice for me, or, stuff like that. I'll chalk up to that, and the fact that with all the Mega Man games, they had the funding to, like, do things like this. With Gunvolt, to me, it felt like a side project, just to be like, hey, let's see what happens, and maybe they weren't expecting as big of a popularity boost with it, so maybe with the sequel, who knows, we might see something more along the lines of Mega Man Zero, where you learn more about Gunvolt, you learn more about his enemies, you learn more about just the people who are in it, and who knows, maybe then we'll have a story we can actually be fully, appreciative of. But I will agree with you.
Another thing that I'm just thinking at the top of my head right now, it's not even a theory, it's just something I'm thinking in my head, is that story-wise, who pulled the trigger first? Who attacked first? Elise or Gunvolt? Because Asimov maybe trained Gunvolt to kill, and again, this is just guessing, so maybe he saw Elise as a threat if she attacked first, or it could be that he's just a giant asshole and just decided to kill an innocent girl.
I don't know, because again, there's Lumen, who he just is, Jewel, who's just like, oh, so wait, she's used to, brainwash adepts. But I'm gonna try to save her, though.
Wait, I got it. I got the answer. He's racist against girls with white hair.
There just wasn't enough story involved here at this point, to be honest. So, or like I said, they didn't put enough story into it because they figured, hey, it's a side project. Our main goal is Mighty Number 9, so Gunvolt, we may not need to worry about putting as much story. And maybe with all the feedback, who knows, and the criticism, they may listen in and say, you know what, because now we're going to get money from all these places, and who knows, people want it. We'll get a better story in the sequel. That's all I can hope for, to be honest.
Honestly, I was more excited for Azure Striker than I was for my number 9, personally.
Really?
Yeah. Again, Mega Man Zero is my favorite Mega Man franchise, so to see something more in the style of Zero more than classic, it made more enjoyment for me. Besides, I prefer the art style for Gunvolt than for 9.
Alright. Yeah, cause, having played Mighty Number 9's beta when it came out, it is more, classic Mega Man feeling. Obviously, it's a little more modern. They kind of amped it up a bit, but it does have more of a, hey, this is Mega Man, and Gunvolt is Mega Man Zero. So I do see that.
So Marcus, is that to say you are excited for Mighty Number 9?
Oh, I am. Yes, I am. I'm waiting. I'm gonna more than likely get on my Vita. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a review on it because I really want to play this game and get the word out on it, even though that's gonna not be a problem. But yeah, I've been keeping an eye out on Mighty Number 9 since, the Kickstarter days and the very beginning. So I'm very excited for Mighty Number 9.
Alright. Alavar, are you excited for Mighty Number 9?
Yeah, I've been more than excited actually. I've been keeping tabs on. Well, I wouldn't say tabs on it. It sounds as if I'm in the inside project. No, I'm really really excited for it. I'm just like, I'm ready to go and buy it as soon as it comes out. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm gonna try and surprise myself. I'm gonna keep away, but so much information about it. Like, I'm pretty sure there was some kind of poll or something about Roll's weapon or something like that. No, not Roll's weapon. Call's weapon. Sorry,
stand in for Roll.
Yeah. No.
What was her name? Call or something like that?
Yeah, it's Call. I'm pretty sure it's Call. Yeah. She just looks like Roll, and I'm like, oh god.
Beck and Call. Is there a pun there?
Yep.
Beck and Call.
I did not see that. Oh my god, that is genius. But yeah, I'm excited.
Is there a pun that I'm not seeing there?
Is there?
Wait, I can't tell if you're serious or not.
I just noticed it. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay, so there is a pun. Explain this pun to me.
So it might be idiomatic, and that's why you let's see. Beck and Call. Phrases.org.uk says, to be at someone's beck and call is to be entirely subservient to them, to be responsive to their slightest request. So a call or a beck being ways of summoning people.
That is amazing.
Okay then, Inafune strikes again.
Very interesting.
I did not even see this until now. What is this?
This is life.
Adrian, are you excited for Mighty Number 9?
I'm not going to say no, but I'm not super, super excited for it either, because, after Mega Man 9 and 10, and learning about this, it's like, alright, another Mega Man, I'm up for it, but I'm not super hyped for it anything, because, it is... It's hard to explain, but, yeah.
You're looking into it, but you're not super excited.
Yeah, because it's like I already know this game's gonna be good.
There's no element of mystique to interest you.
Yeah, it's like it's a game in the style of Mega Man. I know what that is, and if it is going to go to the Mega Man quality, then it's gonna be good. There you go.
Same way I felt about the new Super Mario Brothers games.
Yeah, where it's pretty, even though they're really high quality, it's almost a standard of like, yep, that game's gonna be predictably good.
Yeah.
Kind of like, even Smash Bros. Or the most exciting part about Smash is like the new characters, not is it gonna be good or how great is it gonna be. It's like we already know.
For that reason, I think Azure Striker Gunvolt is the more interesting project because they strayed a little from the standard Mega Man platform shooting action. the flashfield gives the game a distinct enough identity that it was something new to chomp on.
Yeah. I guess that's the reason why that weird paint gun game that Nintendo showed off at E3.
Splatoon?
Yes.
Splatoon, yeah. That one is definitely, it has the novelty factor into it that definitely got me really hyped when I first saw it. Whereas there's not that much novelty with Beck because it's like, it's Mega Man. That's a franchise that's been around almost 20 years now. I know what it's going to be. But again, I still look forward to it.
The only difference between Beck and classic Mega Man is the fact that you have to dash to kill enemies. That's the only difference.
You know what I think it is? It's especially for the Mega Man fans or just anything. They just want something Mega Man again. Not saying
They already have like friggin' 20 plus games.
But that's my point. They have a lot. But there's nothing new. Like, I mean, if you look, Cutaway, Gunvolt, and Mighty Number 9, what is the most recent Mega Man game you could think of that's come out?
Tekken vs. Street Fighter, of course.
Well,
Oh my god.
Street Fighter goes Tekken.
Mega Man 10 came out.
Mega Man a crossover.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, okay, well, alright, cause there's 10, but 10 came out.
2010.
Yeah.
So it's been 4 years since anything Mega Man, except for maybe that Street Fighter one.
Which I kinda that was a fan, so really...
That technically doesn't count. It's a fan game that then got funded by Capcom.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, so
Mega Man's pretty much been lying in a coffin.
Yeah, cause...
Yeah, because they beat a dead horse until it ended up there.
That's not true, Greg. Because no, I don't know. I don't even know what happened with Capcom to make them say, we're going to stop making Mega Man games. Was it because Kenji Inafune left? But I feel like it happened even before then.
It was more that needed to focus on things that made them money.
I think I can guess what it is. I think it is technically the thing of being beaten to death, but also that the fact that after the classic series, Zero, even though it's an amazing series, didn't sell as well as the X series. X series after 6 started declining in sales, and 8 was probably one of the worst sales. ZX was not that much recognized, so they thought maybe people don't care anymore. But now that they're low on budget, like Capcom is running out of money, they're like, okay, what can we do?
Yeah, they need things that make money.
See, but now it's too late, because I feel like Mega Man would have been a decent source of income, because you got a lot of Mega Man fans out there. They are there, because when Mega Man Legends and Mega Man Universe was canceled, it was a big uproar at that. Because everybody was like, well, how are you going to cancel this? Like, Mega Man 2. What happened?
It was a big uproar.
And that Metroid Prime style Mega Man they had.
Yeah. We got in this soon.
Oh, yeah, we did get off track. So,
good. So yeah, there we go.
Alavar, any final words? Anything
man.
you want to advertise that you do?
Advertise? Other than drawing and stuff? Not really. But yeah, looking forward to that sequel.
All right. Runner, any final words or advertising?
Well, you can already guess my thoughts on this game just through this podcast alone. I love this game, and like Alzar, I can't wait for the sequel. I mean, you guys want to see more of my content? I have my own channel on YouTube, RunnerGuitar in YouTube. I also do commentaries with two friends of mine in Lacking Logic Commentaries, and if you feel so inclined, follow me there on Tumblr and DeviantArt. Do as you please. I'm RunnerGuitar, signing out.
Dang.
All right, Adrian.
And I'll see you guys later.
Adrian,
Not going to come back from Mighty Gunvolt?
After I beat it. First, I need to beat it.
Adrian, any final words?
Yeah, this was fun. So hope we do another podcast on Gunvolt. I know we're going to do another one next week on level analysis. And yeah, hope we do one on Mighty Gunvolt too, because I'm a little bit interested in how they decided to take Gunvolt and apply that to Mega Man Classic.
Okay.
All right. And Marcus, any final words?
I'm excited for the sequel. If you want the sequel, or if you want to help contribute to it, again, like I said, they want to see that fans and people want it. So if you actively say, can we get them another Gunvolt sequel, it could greatly improve the probability of us getting it. Other than that, I really like the game. I definitely recommend it. If you have a 3DS, it's probably one of the best games on there.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's really good. Other than that, I do my own writing and stuff for an online publication called Geeking Out. The E's are actually 3's, so you can always check me out there. If you want to check.
Man Who Games?
I am. On Twitter, I am the Man Who Games with a 0 at the end because the account name was already taken, so I'm sad about that. But yeah, other than that, it's definitely good. It's great, so yeah, definitely check it out.
Autobots, roll out.
Roll out.
All music in this podcast was taken from Azure Striker Gunvolt. I'll leave you with this final thought. Azure Striker Gunvolt ties everything interesting about its gameplay into one mechanic, the flashfield. Certainly, this is not the only way to design a game, but it is a compelling one. In Mario games, for instance, the jump is interesting because you can squash enemies with it, and you can open boxes with it. And as a result, the whole game centers around that one mechanic. What's a game that you enjoy that focuses on one mechanic? What's a game you enjoy that relies on multiple interesting mechanics working together, where no one mechanic comes to the fore? If you have any comments or questions, please email vgcommune@gmail.com.
What's your average grade for you guys?
A.
I get
Yeah.
I mean, usually A, and the only stage that I have a C in is the boss rush.
Ah, that one.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, at the very end, kind of. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just glad I can beat that stage.
Yeah, Babel. I remember I was playing in my friend's room, and they were playing Blaze Blue, and I was just screaming, "God damn it, Viper! God damn it, God, what? Like, one of them actually had to tell me, Luis, your reactions are hilarious, but please shut the fuck up.
That's amazing.
I guess just to ask a question before we move on to the next one, which boss did you guys find the hardest? I'm just curious.
Are we counting final bosses or only regular bosses?
Just the regular ones.
At least. Yep. At least.
Really?
Really? I thought you were easy.
Because for some reason I didn't really put two and two together. It's like, you kill one of them, and then the other one comes back, like it resurrects them. Like, why does this keep happening? So I was playing it for a while. I'm just like, how many times is it gonna happen?
Resurrection. Maybe if I kill the other one, oh wait, she can do it too.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, alright, maybe it's like a time thing. Maybe eventually they'll tire out and say, how are you doing this? And nope.
No. By the time, probably the third resurrection, I immediately went, shit, I need to kill them both. It was horrible.
It even hit me.
Actually, I got it from the very beginning because I saw the trailer and she said, resurrection! I thought, okay, so she's gonna have a second one, I'm gonna have to kill them both. But because I like the artwork so much and because I love the voices so much, I did the wrong thing on purpose. I want to see that artwork. So I killed the shy one first, and I saw the seductive evil one going resurrection. I kill her then, and then I see the shy one going resurrection.
She's adorable. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
What about you, Runner? What did you find to be the hardest of the 6?
I'm gonna have to say either of the main 6, Viper. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say Viper and his Toho section. As cool as it looks and as great of a reference as it is to the Toho franchise, that stage is gonna probably be the bane of my existence when I'm trying to go for the S rank.
S ranks.
You judged like the wrong adept, Gunvolt.
And you, I forgot your name.
Alavar?
Alavar, there we go. I was about to say
What,
Asimov,
seriously?
and then it's like...
From oh my god.
I don't think she wants to take over the world yet, my friend.
Alavar.
Our picture has
How do you
glasses,
know?
so maybe that connection there.
So of the 6, which one did you find the hardest?
For me, it was how do you say his name? Carrera.
Carrera,
Yeah.
That was
which
for
means
me.
race in Spanish.
Oh, I did not.
Like
know.
racing.
Oh, that was interesting.
So now, we can move on to the next question.
Actually, a small bit of trivia. Everybody in this game, every villain in this game is named after a car.
Yeah.
Oh, Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona, Viper is also a car. Stratos is an actual car. Elise is an actual car. Carrera is an actual sports car. Nova surprisingly is as well.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
You know,
At all.
nice try, but it is still not as good as Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah, boy.
Definitely playlist.
Wailing.
Anyway, I actually didn't know that about the cars. That's pretty interesting.
I didn't.